Brandon Vazquez. Michele Giannone of TUDN reporting that Brandon was wanted by Borussia Monchengladbach. Personal terms were agreed, set to be Marcus Thuram's replacement, but Cincinnati are refusing to sell this summer. According to Giannone, that decision against Vazquez's wishes. FC Cincinnati, you might understand why. Right now, they're not only first in the Eastern Conference, they are first in the Supporter Shield race, a 7-point gap to second place. Herc, I know you were active on Twitter about this. Are you cool with Cincy waiting till the winter to sell Brandon Vazquez?
Yeah, I'm cool with it. There's also a report by ESPN Cesar Hernandez not too long ago where he states that Brandon Vazquez himself knows of the intention for this to be a winter move. He just re-signed. So be careful what you sign. And I'm not saying Brandon Vazquez wishes to leave or doesn't wish to leave, but there are reports out there from ESPN on this. I mean, you signed a contract, right? This is what I'm talking about. You can sign the contract with the best of intentions, but the club's going to do what's best for the club. Now, if you're going to tell me that a team that was a wooden spoon winner for what, like 4 years running, the worst team in Major League Soccer, all of a sudden is the best team in Major League Soccer on paper, and already stole one of his star forwards to Europe, and now is going to sell a player that they value highly, even though the numbers this season may not back that, but he's still a very good player. Yep. There's a reason you're getting Bundesliga interest. This is one of those things where you feel for the player because, you know, deep down, Brandon would be like, yes, I want to be in the Bundesliga. Yes, I want to go this summer. Winter transfers are very difficult. But his hands are tied, Cincy's hands are tied, and I don't really know what else to make of this besides you signed a contract. Well, I feel for him, though.
Yes, I understand that. And, well, you know this, me being a lawyer, I should advocate for contracts to be honored, right? I'm still a lawyer, though. I mean, whether you like it or not.
And past the bar.
But so there's other saying, and among us lawyers, the lawyer community, right, is that contracts are made to be broken. Right? Contracts are made to be broken.
Right.
That's coming from a lawyer, huh?
The fact that you sign a contract, yeah, I mean, you're supposed to honor it, yeah, for sure, but that's why you negotiate, right? And this is the way I see it. I understand Cincinnati's position. I get it, right? Makes sense. But Borussia Monchengladbach might as well move on and find another striker.
Oh.
This offer may not be on the table for the winter window unless you find an agreement in which Borussia Monchengladbach agrees to wait till the winter window
you mean like
to complete
him,
the
loan
transfer.
Him back to Cincy?
Right, exactly. That should be, and I'm not trying to play agent here, but if you're Cincinnati, you want to find a way to make this deal happen. Because again, if you don't, and if you are 100% sure that you don't want this deal to actually happen, that window might actually be shut very, very soon because the team, Gladbach here, will move on and find another striker.
Here's the thing you have to realize. You have to know Brandon Vazquez's story. Brandon Vazquez was at Xolos, never really given that opportunity to kind of have that first-team football at Xolos. Goes to Atlanta, has to sit behind Joseph Martinez, never really gets a run with Tata Martino, and now after he's biding his time, he'll be 25 in October, by the way. We just spoke of Edson Alvarez. Edson Alvarez will be 26. There's a year of difference there, so you can understand the player, if it is that he wants to go, why that would be. There's a window that is closing, and he realizes it. And he realizes now that in this U.S. men's national team pool of nines, it's getting ultra competitive, and the majority of those nines are in Europe. So I'm not saying it's the case with Brandon Vazquez with the Z. By the way, Johan Vazquez is with an S. You guys should do a little research there. But you can feel for the player if it is he wanted to leave. Now, as far as Cincinnati is going to ask like an absolute opportunity of not only winning MLS Cup, like the league trophy, Open Cup as well. They can really clean up on trophies here, so you could understand the frustration of some of those fans. But, again, this window is closing, so I understand the other side of this as well.
Yeah. I mean, we killed New York City FC last year for moving on Tati Castellanos and moving on Ronnie Dyla in the middle of the season. That was after they'd won MLS Cup, and that's being New York City FC, which is a, you know, let's be honest, it's a feeder club as part of a bigger system. FC Cincinnati stands on its own. They built this new stadium. You know, they built a multi-million-dollar practice facility before they built the stadium. They're competing with an NFL team in that market. They, like you guys said, their only honors to this point are the wooden spoons, you know? So you got to fight. You got to fight for your spot in that market, and winning is the way. And they're halfway home. I mean, in MLS, I don't think being this far ahead halfway makes you a 50% chance to win MLS Cup, but they're a legit contender, right? And I think the greater point is here, after getting rid of Brenner, there is no way they're a legit contender if they get rid of Brandon Vazquez, right? So that's basically it, yeah?
Not unless they bring somebody else in, which would... The thing is, with Major League Soccer rules, even if they let go of Brandon Vazquez, their ability to bring somebody in, yes, it's very tricky, so I understand that. And you're absolutely right. Like, they should worry about winning, just like Brandon Vazquez should worry about scoring goals to get himself out. It's a two-way street there, but you feel for both in this one.
That's big, because if he keeps scoring, right, and if he has a great end of the season with Cincinnati, then if it's not Gladbach, then maybe it's another team in the winter window that might be attracted to him.
In the same vein as Edson Alvarez, you saw Chelsea denied their transfer bid, and then you saw Dortmund just say, I'm out. Chivas came in with the bid themselves, and it didn't even want to get Chris Albright out of bed. Didn't even want to get him to answer the phone. That's how low the bid was. You can already see there's interest there, so you can see why there's so much hype and when there's so much hope for a player like that to get out.
Yeah, this is, another argument also for MLS to get on the global calendar, because the winter market is different. There's not as much money floating around in the winter market. So
that's very true.
When you have to make these big decisions in the middle of the summer, it's tough on MLS teams. It's tough on front offices. We're kind of trying to kill two birds with one stone.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week, subscribe to ESPN+.